Hey everybody, it's me again. I'm coming to you for another video to talk about Arjuni. Actually, I'm sorry, it's Arjuni. It's called Arjuni. The whole time I've been saying Arjuni as if I'm saying it right, and it's actually called Arjuni. So today I'm coming at you with a new type of hair that I have. It's 18 and 16, well 16, 18, and then we have 14 and 12. And I'm doing this for a client. I want to show her exactly how the hair looked, piece by piece. And I got it yesterday. So this is hair from a second install. Actually, the first install. I'm getting it after the first install. And I went ahead and I paid my client for the hair in full. We went ahead and did some, I bartered and then I paid half of that. So make sure we got everything out of the way. I'm going to show you what the hair looks like, okay? So you guys already know that it comes packaged in these beautiful, beautiful things. And at first when I first received that, like, I didn't know how much hair can fit into these things, but 3 bags, this is a good $440. Yes, $439 to be exact. And it is approximately 12.2 ounces in here. So my husband was like, if he saw this on the side of the road, he would like leave it there. But people on YouTube and all over the world, we know what these bags are. Alright, this hair was washed and conditioned. We did the apple cider vinegar rinse and we went ahead and conditioned it. And what I did was I went ahead and I put a rubber band at the end just so the twist could stay overnight. I don't know if it's a good practice, but I know I like it, so it's up to you. And I put a little bit of Moroccan oil in it just because I love the way that it smells, and my client did it for her. So, and it comes out really, 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 really pretty. This is like, this was done on a dry hair. I didn't wet it or anything like that. I just went ahead and did a Moroccan oil and I twisted it out. So this right here would probably show you just a little bit of how the hair actually looks in person. But once it's wet and installed, it looks, I mean, it's amazing. I'm going to show you guys pictures of what the hair looks like already, like, laid out or whatever in a couple seconds. It's just, the hair, let me just talk about the hair because I can sit here and I can just hold this all day long, but let's talk about the hair. Alright, the hair, as I probably mentioned before to you guys, the weft, okay? I hope you guys can see the weft. First of all, usually when I fold our client's hair over, right here you can see all the sprouts, okay? But you can't see any of that because Arjuni doesn't have any sprouts. I don't know who their seamstress is or who the person is that actually wefts their hair, but she's amazing. When I say amazing, I mean amazing. The only thing that I could ever possibly, the small detail I would change to Arjuni hair is that would actually make it so that a little bit past the weft there is no hair, and so that way the stylist can poke through that hole, and that way it's, I'd say, about at least that much of just a weft and no hair on it. That way allow the client to actually, well, allow the stylist like myself to poke through the hole and install it with it not having to worry about not being able to get through the first part. Because usually the first part of the track is very important to my style, so that way that I'm able to actually get it to fold up under the client's hair and look like it's coming off her scalp. The amazing thing about these wefts is when I do sew it on, if you can see how thick it is, if I go around the braid is thick enough to actually go over top of that, okay? Which is very, very important. I stick my tracks underneath the braids, so that way this part actually disappears, and all you see is this folding out under the scalp, okay? That's why you guys are able to see the ponytail at the forehead sewing, you know, like can't figure out why it looks like it's coming out of the scalp, is because this part, the weft, is always hidden, alright? Like I said, the pictures are going to show you exactly what it's like, but I mean, put this, I don't think I'm showing you any, I'm not doing you justice. This part is pretty small because it was used for like the first install, and I just used like small pieces on the top. My thing is this: I stress not chopping up somebody's weave. Never give them a piece like that short. That's just ridiculous. If you ever want to get a visible part with Arjuni, don't do it. You're not going to get the right thing. It's not going to work. Arjuni's wefts are too thick to actually do a visible part. So I would say if you like had a closure that had Cambodian hair on it, I would use that. If you wanted to use like a forehead sew-in, yeah, but doing a forehead sew-in on this hair would not do it any justice. Let me show you a good example of what I'm talking about when you receive the hair. When you receive the hair, it's not going to be your regular average strand or long weft. It's going to be broken up into like density and broken up into ounces. Each piece Okay, so when they say they're going to go ahead and blend your hair, it's very, very, very important because they're trying to make sure it's the same exact pattern, same exact curl pattern, and they're getting it from different places. So they have to make sure that everything's laid out and you're not going to get it on one long thing. For example, if you order 2 ounces of like 16 to 18 inch hair, you can get 2 ounces on one weft alone. I'm not sure if one of my clients has an example of this, but here's something close to 2 ounces. It's 1.8 ounces on the 16 to 18 inch hair. And I want to show you the difference between a 1.8 ounces on one weft and 1.2 on another. Alright? And you can pretty much tell the difference when you feel the weft and actually how heavy the hair is. This took me a long time to twist, so I'm like, I'm breathing in and out as I'm actually taking it off because it takes a long time to make sure you get it inside those packages. This right here is 16 to 18 inches. So from the bottom, it will come out right here. One day I'm going to have this hair, like, I swear. As soon as Arjuni comes out with a thing where I can have a full head sew-in and not, you know, and do this hair justice, I'm going to be on it. Alright, perfect example of what the hair looks like when you actually, after you wash it. Okay? This hair is top of the line. Okay? I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, I love this hair, girl, I love this hair. I'm so serious. Arjuni is top of the line. I can't explain it anymore. If you go to Google, type in Arjuni, you should see several things on the hair forums. If you go into their website alone, it seems prestigious, you know what I mean? Like Michelle Obama would have this type of hair. I know there are several complaints about how selective things are and how the process is. It does take a long time, but honestly, the weight that it takes is very, 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 very worth it. I feel like I'm not in a frame. But the weight that it takes for the hair is not very worth it. And if you actually are interested in getting like A, B, or like different types of curl patterns for the hair, I would definitely advise you to save up your money and do it all at one time because you probably will not get the other patterns that you want within the same year. Probably not even the same year. I would say within the 6 months period. This is 2 ounces on one weft. Okay, it usually comes about a little bit past half arm's length. You will get all your wefts the same exact way, and it all depends on, some wefts are able to fold over, like this one right here. I could never fold this weft over because it's too thick, and that's because it's 2.1 ounces, or 1.8 ounces, I'm sorry, 1.8 ounces on one weft. So I would actually have to go around the client's hair, go around it, and then fold it over. As you can see, this one piece right here is what's left. I would not cut this at all. Don't, if you're a professional stylist, do not cut what's it called, excess hair? The extra hair. Don't cut the extra hair once you get it around the nape of the person's neck. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take this, find a way that you can just bend it around, and it's really hard, might I add. Bend it around so you can get as tight as possible, and then fold the rest over to where the top of the part is. I wouldn't suggest you stick the needle right there because stick the needle through the weft because it's not going to go through and it's going to probably hurt the client's head. So just go around the tracks. That's very important for Arjuni's hair. Go around the tracks. Do not sew through. The only thing that needs to be sewn through is the very top. Okay? Don't go through the wefts. I repeat, do not go through the wefts. This hair does not shed. When I say it doesn't shed, I mean it does not shed at all. At all. It doesn't tangle. When you first get out of the package, since it's been Bantu knotted, I would say don't really worry about combing it through with your hands, but you need to go ahead and definitely wash the hair, do an apple cider vinegar rinse, go ahead and condition the hair as she provides you in the written out or printed out instructions. Go ahead and follow those instructions to a T, and you'll get your hair exactly the way you want it to be. Alright? This is low luster hair. You know, low luster is like way more expensive than everything else, but I tend to like it because it blends in so well with African American hair, especially with like someone that has a perm texture or maybe even texturizer. This hair goes very, 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 very well. I have a client, amazing hair, and she's permed and her hair blends right in. I want to show you the differences between this Cambodian hair and Indian hair and something called Juju hair. I have several different samples of the pieces that were given to me. And I actually ordered Juju hair one time, so I'm going to show you the difference. Okay, that's the only way, if I put them side by side, you can see the difference between this hair and something else, because I can sit there and talk to one blue in the face and you guys won't understand. This is it. This is the truth. I'm done searching. This is it. I'm so thankful I was able to afford it by being able to barter with my client, do her hair for no cost, and then pay her the rest over from that, which is still a lot of money, but still, it is worth it. I'm going to show you guys the differences, like I said, but the main thing is make sure you get the right amount of ounces that you need. Go ahead and go with what they suggest. Go ahead and if you want to get like a thinner weft, then I would choose like get less ounces on one weft. See if you can do that. Like 12, 14 inches. Usually those are the ones that have like the longer. Well, they're all the same size, but they have the it's not so dense. If you can understand what I'm saying. It's less hair on the track, and you're able to go through the track a lot easier. So if there's any way you can speak to Janice and see if you can get the weft like thinner than your average 16 to 18, 2 ounces on one, then go ahead. The more ounces on one weft, the thicker the weft will be. That's what it'll be. Go along with what she said. Make sure you wash and condition your hair. And a nice round brown, I think that's her name. Yes, I think that's her name. Nice round brown. She is a perfect example. At the very end of her video, very, very, very small statement that said a lot to me was that she hadn't even curled her hair yet. And it's been, what, 2 weeks since she's had the install in, and she hasn't touched it. That's what my client deals with that's what my clients deal with on her everyday basis when she purchases hair. Like, people follow her. One lady actually said that she would pay her $35 to get taken out by me, sell it to her off her head the same day. True story. But look who got it. Obviously, the stylist, because you know. But I'm going to go ahead and come back with you guys with the review of the other hair and show you the difference. Alright, thanks for watching.